Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at the power of the subconscious mind.
Yeah.
And we'll be using Mastering Your Subconscious, 5 Principles for a Powerful Mind as our guide.
Right.
And this is going to be a really fascinating one because I think we can all relate to the idea that there's this untapped potential in our mind.
Absolutely.
But how do we get to it, right?
Well, that's what we're going to...
That's the big question.
That's what we're going to unpack.
So how do we tap into that power to unlock more creativity, boost our confidence, feel more in control of our lives?
Exactly. And the thing is, these 5 principles that we're going to talk about, they're not just like airy-fairy concepts.
Right.
They're rooted in how the subconscious mind actually works. And I think that's what makes them so powerful, because they're not just mystical secrets. They're things that are being used by successful people in all sorts of fields already.
Okay, so let's jump right into principle number 1, which is reprogramming with affirmations. Now, I've got to admit, I've tried affirmations in the past.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just feel a bit cheesy to me, you know?
I hear that.
Like just saying something over and over really make a difference.
It really can.
Okay.
But you're right. There is a strategy to making them work for you. And the book emphasizes this a lot.
Okay.
The importance of using positive affirmations and specifically phrasing them in the present tense.
Okay.
So instead of saying, I will be confident, you would say, I am confident.
Got it.
And the reason this works is because the subconscious mind, it basically lives in the now. It's not great with future stuff.
So I'm essentially convincing my subconscious that it's already true.
Yeah.
And somehow that makes it more likely to actually become true.
Absolutely. And it's, you know, it's not just about like major life changes either. It's even small tweaks in your language can have a really big impact on how you think and feel.
Interesting.
You know, the book gives a really good example of shifting from I'll try to do this to I will do this.
All right.
It's a small change, but it sends a much more powerful message to your subconscious.
That makes a lot of sense. It's almost like we're rewiring our brains over time.
Exactly.
With these small wording changes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where neuroplasticity comes in, right?
It
Our
is.
brains are constantly adapting. And so we're kind of guiding that rewiring process with the affirmations that we choose.
That's it.
Okay, so principle number 2, visualize to materialize.
Right.
This one, I've always been a little skeptical. I understand that athletes use it and CEOs and all these successful people. But how does simply imagining something make it real?
It's fascinating, actually. The subconscious mind isn't very good at distinguishing between a vividly imagined experience and an actual real one.
So I'm kind of giving my subconscious a blueprint
Exactly.
for success. Is that what you're saying?
That's a really good way of putting it, yeah. And to make it even more powerful, you don't just want to see it.
In your mind's eye, you want to engage all of your senses.
Right.
So feel the joy of achieving that goal.
Okay.
Hear the sounds of success. Really immerse yourself in that visualization.
So it's like tricking my subconscious
Kind of, yeah.
into thinking, hey, we've already done this, we're awesome.
Yeah, exactly. You're feeding it that information and making it more and more tangible in your mind.
All right, principle number 3, silence builds clarity.
Ooh, a good one.
Now this one feels very timely for me. I'm constantly bombarded by noise and information all day long.
We all are.
And I'll admit, meditation has always seemed a bit woo-woo to me.
I hear you.
Like something for monks on a mountaintop, you know? But this is making me rethink that.
Yeah, I think sometimes we overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be. Hours and hours of sitting in silence.
Right.
Even just a few minutes a day can be incredibly powerful.
So what's happening in the brain when we do that?
Basically, you're sending a signal to your subconscious to let go of all the fear.
The doubts, the mental clutter.
The noise that we accumulate.
Yeah, it's like hitting the reset button on my computer.
I love that analogy.
Yeah, suddenly everything runs smoother when I close all those unnecessary programs in the background.
Yeah, you give your mind that same breathing room to process, to gain perspective, to have those aha moments.
I like it. Okay. I'm on board, officially on board with the silence. Principle number 4, habit stacking.
Okay.
Now this one, I'm all about efficiency. So
I figured you would like this one.
this one already appeals to me.
Yeah.
So tell me more.
It's a really clever way to leverage your subconscious's love for routines.
Okay.
So you basically take a new habit, that you want to develop
Uh-huh.
and attach it to an existing habit.
I see.
So for example,
Okay.
you already brush your teeth every morning, right?
Of course.
So you could stack the habit of saying an affirmation right after you brush your teeth.
It's like sneaking in a positive boost when I'm already on autopilot. Exactly. Or maybe you have your morning coffee.
Yeah.
And then you spend a couple of minutes visualizing a successful day.
So many possibilities.
The possibilities are endless.
I love it. And those small actions really compound over time.
Yeah.
Right? It's like setting myself up for success without even having to think about it.
That's the goal.
All right, and last but not least, principle number 5. Guard your inputs.
Oh, this is a big one.
I love the idea of being the CEO of my mind.
Right.
But what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, it's about being mindful of what you allow into your mental space.
Okay.
Your subconscious. It's constantly absorbing information from everything. The news, social media.
The conversations we have.
The conversations you have, the books you read.
Oh, man, I am so guilty of doom scrolling.
Oh, yeah.
Late at night.
Tell me about it.
On my phone before bed. Not exactly setting myself up for peaceful sleep, huh?
Probably not the best strategy. But I think we all do it.
Right.
So much of what we consume these days is negative. It's fear-based.
Okay.
So it's about being more intentional, about what you're feeding your mind.
Swap out that doom scrolling.
Exactly.
For a good book.
Yeah.
An inspiring podcast. A conversation with someone who lifts me up.
There you go.
It's like choosing to focus on the good stuff instead of letting the negativity drag me down.
That's a great way of putting it.
It is, isn't it? It's like I get to curate my mental diet.
Absolutely. You're the CEO. You get to decide what comes in and what stays out.
All right, so to recap, we've got affirmations, visualization, silence, habit stacking, and guarding our inputs.
There you have it.
5 powerful principles for mastering our subconscious minds.
5 principles for a powerful mind.
And the best part is...
What's the best part?
We don't have to do everything at once, right?
No, absolutely not. Start small. Pick one principle that really resonates with you and start applying it today.
I like it. As we've been talking, I keep thinking about that quote from the book that says, "Your subconscious is a garden."
Oh, I love that one.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
It's so powerful. We get to choose what seeds we plant.
We do.
And if we nurture those seeds with these principles, who knows what incredible things we can grow.
The possibilities are endless.
That's the fun part, right?
It is.
We get to find out. All right, that's it for our deep dive today.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time.